What's up, guys? True Family Gaming coming back at you, but this time with a podcast. And here today, I have Matt, I have Devin, otherwise known as 3DS Legend, and I have Boz with me. A wonderful treat here today, I would say so. And myself, Ty, of course. So, how's everybody doing?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. You're back in town, finished up school, the cancerous of modern-day education across the board.
Yeah, I'm back in town for about a week or so.
And then what are you? Are you just...
Heading down to Memphis for the summer.
Ooh,
What are you doing down there?
Got a job opportunity.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was just go to Memphis. Like, who the hell says...
I want to go to Memphis because
they'll be
Memphis.
Like, one of the tiny fan base we have will be like, I'm from Memphis, and like get upset and stuff. That is good, though. No, it's good seeing you back. We used to hang out for a little bit there, and I doing D&D sessions, doing this and that, and you help with the early channel. I'll tell you, that duck game video we did a long time ago, that's pretty popular. Everybody likes you playing around like, ah! Watching two just draters is what I say, just running around.
Yep.
That's like a summary of Duck Game if I've ever heard one.
Yeah,
That's true.
that makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
like, Duck, okay, so here's the thing. Duck Game, it's very frustrating because... It's like, one, it's bullshit sometimes. You go across the board, you just die. You're just like, somebody's just like, just out of nowhere flicks you.
Or
But
like
then it's also...
the amount of times that like people like me will just pretend to be dead, and then everybody's like, well, "Why is this not ending?"
Okay,
yet?
that doesn't work nearly as much as it used to. Occasionally,
no, like not on
Dude,
you, but on other
but,
people. Yeah.
Dude, in the beginning, though, you would just be like this and be like, "Why is it not on the victory?" It's the dumbest thing ever. But yeah, no. The frustrating thing about Duck Game is it's a great game, but the problem is it's just like if you disconnect a controller, you're just done. And you can't, like, refix it unless you quit the game. I don't know if there's any fix to that or what the deal...
I think it depends, because there's plenty of times that I've disconnected a controller and reconnected it, and it works.
Okay, I can't get it to work. I can't remember, but... Anyways, another topic of that we are talking about games and Duck Game, I want to say about... I got to ask this question. For us, now I know you do, and you have a little bit, but you and I are big on the FPS genre, a.k.a. Call of Duty, Halo, all that stuff. It seems like nowadays there's a certain thing or it goes to a certain theme. Do you feel like these AAA or these big title games are too repetitive?
Yeah, well, yeah. No, they are basically the same thing over and over and over and over. And it's kind of a problem. That's why I've gone more to indie games now.
Well, that's why I like playing on the PC too. There's just, there's a wide variety across all platforms, no matter what you do. But the PC, ever since I've been on there for like 2 years now, there's just so much more to do with modding. You want to hit somebody with a squeaky bat in Skyrim, go ahead.
Yeah, floating bears.
You want Marge Simpson alongside you? If I don't know, but seriously, that's the problem. Like, especially like Far Cry, and I know you and I played through 5, Boz, all the way together. Which was great. The ending was terrible. You just can't stand the ending. You'll never let that one go. But the whole thing was, it's just like, oh, you're running and gunning, shooting this, and that, and this, and it's just like, do you get to the point to where it's like repetitive? But then you got to ask, does the gaming community want that as a whole? You know what I mean? It's just you sit there.
The problem is they say they don't. They say they want something new, but every time something new comes out, they're like, "This isn't Call of Duty.
But this is the thing, like, what's
Battlefield? This isn't Halo." It's like, okay, well, it's new.
And then some people want the classic feel, like the original, and it's like, that's what it is. Sometimes sticking to the basics of what a game is that's good enough.
But see, the problem is, like, over and over and over and over, it's not creative. I would like something new, but what I've noticed is whenever they try to do something new, they're not thinking about what fans want to see. And,
that's true.
And they're just like, they come up with something bad that's new. And then everybody hates it, so they just go back to what's been working, and then it just keeps being repetitive. It's a disgusting cycle of, we don't know what the fans want, but we do know that this is what they wanted.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you gotta push, like, EA, well, maybe EA. No, and Ubisoft, and it's like, oh no, don't take us down, they'll find us. No, Ubisoft, and then you get into, Activision and Treyarch and all these and the Call of Duties and the different ones ever since, at least the 2000s, they get into this, but then it's just like, I mean, I get that they're reaching out to people, but then they're just making the same stuff, but then they're also making stuff that's like different, but then it's not like what people want. So that's the problem. It's like you got to cater to the community, but then it's also you can mess that up. There's just too much.
And then it doesn't help that the community is just
stupid. There's a lot of terrible people. Yeah. I mean, a game like brand new.
You play video games, you're terrible.
1920 by 1080, perfect. You know, you get 60 frames the whole way through. It's incredible looking game with the environment. You know, the grass is moving, swaying, all this stuff. Amazing looking. But the issue is the people say, it ain't good enough. I think people are too damn picky.
They are.
They have a specific idea of what they want in their mind, and nothing ever reaches that. So they're like, every time they're like
mini me. So I will say we got drinks here. I'd like to say we are going to try to get drinks on here each time, at least a certain one. We have Doritos, not sponsor. Wish I could be. Doritos, if you're out there, please sponsor us. So you got nice drinks here. I'll give you a little the mandarin flavor. If you haven't got these, they're good at Kroger's.
Spit a little bit.
I had to take a drink there. Ew, he's spitting? That's nasty.
No, your drink spit.
Your drink.
Oh, my drink did. Okay, well, I'm glad. Well, there I spit.
Yeah, they're spitting on me.
I got nervous. No, you can get these at your local Kroger's. A lot of Mexican-themed restaurants. If you don't know what Kroger is, Kroger's is more like an East Coast and a Midwest kind of thing. And then I don't know how far Kroger stretches. I'm guessing a lot of people that we have subscribed to us know about Kroger's, but some people might. It's like Walmart, but not nearly as extensive as Walmart. It's more like a market.
I feel like saying, though, that like Kroger's is more of like a specific area type thing is the same thing as being like Superman ice cream's from like Michigan.
Oh, we getting back into
no, I have it here.
I saw
it's in Ohio too.
You were ranting. There was this article. I can't remember where you found it. It was on the internet. Some guy is just like, well, Superman ice cream is from Michigan exactly, and that's the only place you can get it. And I was like, no. And I'm hoping you guys know what Superman ice cream is. It's an amazing combination. It's vanilla, like a Blue Moon or something like that. Not the beer. Not
the beer.
It's very disgusting. Specific about that. Not the beer.
Yeah, Blue Moon ice cream.
You'll be real high, but not the flying type.
If you're after the born and raised in, as far as I'm concerned, Michigan or Ohio, you know what it is. You should.
For sure. I mean,
if somebody's like Superman ice cream, and you're like, that's like the best ice cream in the world. Nobody can tell me otherwise if they try to fight me.
Hang on, I'm gonna look that up right now. I gotta look that up, what flavors it is, because that's gonna bother me.
Well, no, it's like vanilla, Blue Moon ice cream, and then like a black cherry.
Oh, you're right. Okay. No, it's right. Shows how much I was paying attention.
Yeah,
you're right. There's a few different combinations you can definitely.
If you want to be really gross, you can go with the super kid version that nobody likes because it's banana instead of vanilla.
It's like, look, banana's good, but it's
the vanilla. You gotta have the vanilla to provide a nice base to everything. Otherwise, it's just gonna mess it up.
You definitely have Superman ice cream up north there in Toledo.
I don't know. I don't.
I mean, you're just there, man. You're just getting an education. And moving on to that, like I said, Devin's back here for a week, and then apparently he's going to Memphis. I didn't know that. I thought you were just going to head back up north. So how was it? I mean, closing out the semester there for you?
It was rough as always, but ended up pulling out better than I thought I would.
Yeah. I know.
Did better some classes than I was expecting.
And was it this year or last year that you switched majors?
It was last year I switched.
It was last year, yeah. So that whole new process, and then you still got a year.
Yep, still got one more year.
So, like, I hear a lot of different things about Toledo. Is it like you really can't go down? Is it almost like Dayton? Because, you know, we don't live that far from Dayton, so everybody else is just like, oh my goodness, Dayton. Look, Dayton is not awful, but I'll tell you, it's pretty bad if you end up in the wrong...
I was in the right part of town.
In the right?
I was in the right one, quote unquote, the safe one. And I heard a couple of gunshots, and we went into a convention center, and maybe 10 minutes later came out, and there was just a pile of shit and vomit on the sidewalk that we had walked on no more than 10 minutes ago. So somebody came by afterwards, took a dump, and then threw up, and then left. Oh. And then, keep in mind, as we're walking back to the car, I heard more gunshots. So it's pretty.
Yeah, if somebody was pissed off that they stepped in and that's
why they took a crap on the sidewalk over there. I'm gonna shoot you.
No, that's like.
Goodness.
There's there's one time. What's the barbecue place? I
think it's Hickory Barbecue.
Hickory
Dayton
Barbecue.
On Brown
I believe
Street.
so.
We were leaving the joint, and we take a look to our right, and there's this dude having like a real hard time getting up. His friends are trying to get up, and it's just hilarious watching as we're sitting at the stoplight. And then I notice at the the other part of the intersection, there's a cop, and he's looking at this guy, and his friends realize that the cop's looking at him. And so as we're driving away, we see 3 junkies pulling their pants up, booking it into some random alley in Dayton.
And one dude falls, and they just leave him behind, like, survival of the fittest.
Yes.
They're just gone. Like,
they were gone.
They would never see.
And we couldn't help. I wish I would have picked up my phone. Just World Star.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining.
That was so you'll see all the times. But I feel like that's any town. It doesn't matter, like small town, big town, whatever. I just feel like, what are you doing over there? Man, it's hard to talk like in a segment there, and you're just like, where do I put my soda? For those, obviously, everybody who can't see that,
which is everybody.
I
mean,
Matt's just sliding his
Harito.
His Harito. That's it.
Yeah, that's the word.
Harito. We're not sponsored.
And we just
sliding it back and forth.
Non-generic soda.
Yes, exactly.
A random orange soda.
But it does have that nice. It's a mating call out in the wild.
This is now the ASMR segment.
Yes.
That's a very brutal ASMR.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's like a train whistle.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Woot woot. That's terrible.
Get on board, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Now see, that's Dayton. You want to take a train out?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying Dayton's bad, but Dayton's not great. That's a lot of Ohio's. It depends. Like, I swear, anywhere you go one down dark alley. You're just walking in there. The next thing you walk out in a unicorn. I don't know. It's just that random.
Yeah.
As long as you're not in the big city, you're fine in Ohio.
That's good. But other than that,
I just don't like the vibe Ohio has at all. Like, I live in a neighborhood full of nothing but old people, but I find myself like watching my back as I go to get in my house at night. I get home around 11 o'clock, and it's dark, and my ride drops me off, and I get out, and they take off, and I'm like, quickly get inside! Like, fumbling with my keys, and I'm like, these old people are gonna stab me in the back.
There's times they've given you rides, and just like I go, and then I just pull away, and I'm like, oh my God, he's dead. He's just like, he's out there by himself. And I was like, oh my God, he might be dead. I feel bad, like I should wait till he gets in his house. And I was like, he's a grown ass man. Why am I, That's my whole logic on that.
Yeah.
And my impression of those neighborhoods is that just everybody is super paranoid, and it's like, why?
See, I think that's
I don't trust anybody else in my neighborhood.
Well, like I understand that, but sometimes it's just too much,
Well, I'll put it like when you get people stealing your cats and like getting rid of them, and
whoa,
it's like,
wait a second,
hold on. They steal your cats, they take them out of like the town and go throw them out in the woods somewhere or something like that, or they're like calling the city on you because they saw one blade of grass over what it should be in your backyard.
Oh, there are those.
You're watching your back all the time because apparently people are just staring at you the whole time you're like outside.
Too paranoid.
like, are you kidding me?
That's what I don't get. It's like,
and I'm starting to wonder, like, is it like I wonder if they're actually like there's black people in our neighborhood. We gotta get them out. Like, most of us at the house are black. And like there's like our mom's white, but other than that, like,
it's just all of a sudden
they're like, all these black people, get them out of here, and I'm like, you racist old people.
It's just like, all of a sudden they're just like, your mom comes out, it's like, the hostage is free, hurry up, go now.
Right.
I don't get it. There's definitely some racism. That's the only thing I can't stand for the most part. But the whole thing is like, I just don't get it. That's the thing you got to worry about on the road. This and that. Seriously, you have to just worry about yourself sometimes. Like, not in the selfish way, but, like, people worry about others and all this different stuff and worrying about this and that. And then, like, that's when stupid stuff, or they worry too much about random stuff, and then they just miss what's going on.
Speaking of on the road.
On the road, yeah. That was a good segment there. On the road.
On the road. On the road again.
There's speaking. I guess Columbus is the same too. Now going to not as much. See, the big city just has that fear. You're just like, you're just down and out, or just.
See, the thing is, I guess it's not the fear. I feel more comfortable in a big city than I do in my neighborhood, which is weird.
Well, I guess it's like more people, so it's like more people. I doubt the odds of somebody doing something unless it's real massive. I feel that. But there are times that it's just like walking in Columbus, and it's just like, oh my. Like, wait a second, like, yeah, but it is fine, though. So you don't think about that shit because you're at a convention. And the convention, of course, what I'm getting into is the OhioCon. This was the second year that I went. The first at Boz. You're not Boz. You're Matt.
The first that Boz.
Yeah.
The first that Boz been to.
Sorry, I can't tell you. It's just I don't see race.
I just see. Like shades.
Shades, yeah.
Like shades.
So you mean you see a race? No.
It's just like a shadow. It's like you just see shadows. I saw a picture. You're like half blind.
Some people are so difficult where it's like an older person. It's just like, I want a cheeseburger without cheese. So you want a hamburger? No, I want a cheeseburger without cheese. Like something stupid.
Like what?
What'd you do?
Matt's trying to play footsie with me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's impressive. You're reaching across the table like that. Usually I'm the one that starts footsie. But yeah, so OhioCon's a great event. It's an anime and gaming, more anime, and so yeah.
Also
so if you want to call some people, not sponsored by OhioCon, thank goodness. Just like get taken down instantly. Like, we're not sponsoring them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great
convention. Like us. Get them out of here.
Get them out of here.
Gone. Thought.
But yeah, so it's more an anime for sure, and I'm on the weaker side of anime, and I know you can call people weeaboos, whatever. Not all people are weeaboos. That's more like a joking term, but you know a lot of anime, Matt. I know that for sure, and you kind of do for a little bit.
Not as much as I.
Not as much, and I know you're on me on the.
I'm not.
The bare naked lady side. Like we're just.
I was trying to explain to Boz the one day he dropped me off the Fate Stay series.
The what?
The Fate Stay series.
No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, good because it's insane. Like it's got like 6 different like shows, or 6 or 7 different shows, and then the books, like the manga's also intertwined with those, and they're all like. Before and after and prequels and parallel timelines that converge on each other and like this one single character's 500 other characters put into one. And it's like, okay, I don't get this. Like
I don't think the developers got it either. They just started they're just like,
look, we want to have every single bit of fantasy in our shows. Let's just do all of it.
No, it's just like they got intertwined. They're just like, well, this isn't my problem anymore. And then the next person came in, well, this isn't my problem anymore. It just started a vicious cycle, and that's why you see the contrast and everything. But yeah, I mean, there's so many animes, and but it's cool. It's a cool environment. I know you didn't like go like into what are the panels and the different things.
I didn't do any panels, but you know what? That was fine.
It's just walking around the environment of being there is just absolutely insane. It's amazing. And that's the best part. And we went back in January. And the cool experience was Boz and I, we are on our own Overwatch team. Pirate Cove Gaming is what we call it. And it's pretty much like, you can tie it in true family game. I mean, it's not everybody, but some of us. But the whole thing is playing Overwatch. You had to earn a spot to the semifinals. We did. We played live in front of 50, 60 people. It was great. It was just amazing. We lost in the finals, but who cares? The experience. I felt like a pro. I think we sit there even as like kids, like games, it's like, wow, I wish I could do this someday. I still talk like that too. But actually doing it live, it's amazing. Commentators, all this on Twitch. I could send a link into the video if you guys are interested in ever seeing that. It's really cool. Just one of those side things. But besides that, met new friends on our team. Liz, who's absolutely fantastic, who's going to Colossal Con and Sandusky, which we'll get to that after a bit here. But it's just a great time. David, have you gone to one of those before? Ohio Con or anything?
I haven't been to it.
I know you seem like you'd want to.
Like any cons?
It's just...
Like, the closest thing to a con I went to was the Piqua Comic Con, but that was awful.
That was
that was like 5 vendors, and it was like, why did I come?
Yeah, that was like, here's a taste of the vendor section of a con. Now go to an actual con. Yeah. Is essentially what that was. That was like, here's what the vendor section kind of looks like. That's about it. That's all we're going to give you.
And that's just like really disappointing. I want something like that local. I want to get gaming tournaments. I want to get all kinds of stuff started.
See, the thing is, we don't have it. There's nowhere to do it.
That's the problem.
Nowhere.
Unless you're in a place, and then it's
unless the mall goes under, and somebody buys it out and turns it into a convention center, there's nowhere to do it.
Which actually might not be a terrible idea. You could do all kinds of things. You could do expos. You could do job fairs there. That's genius. We have a mall in our town, and I can't think how long the mall's been there.
It's been there for a while.
It's been there before us, so
over 20 years.
Devin's the oldest. You're an old man, Devin. No.
22 years old.
22, and I'll be 22 this year. It's scary. Yeah. Man.
I'm still a baby.
Yeah. You'll still be 21.
Can't even drink.
Yeah, I still can't drink.
Legally.
Yeah, but back to the mall. Like every store in that mall is dying.
No, it is, and some of the big,
its biggest one, like that I'd say, FYE, that's gone.
But it was also Elder Beerman. A lot of people went out there, not me, because it was like beauty products, different things like that. Clothing, big thing. Designer. J.C. Penney's. They're probably close to closing too at some point. If they go, Sears is getting ready to. They're not. They're almost.
They're gone.
They're gone now. Okay, they're gone now.
I thought.
Yeah, okay, you're right. For a while.
Yeah, like the biggest store they have left now is Dunham's, or what was the other one?
Yeah, and Dunham's has only been there for 5 years at the most.
Right. Yeah.
It can't be more than that. So
at least 5.
It's a shame. And
honestly, like, I'd love if what they ended up doing was like the mall goes under and somebody buys it and turns it into a convention center and just leaves Dunham's.
Well, here a lot of the owners they're not around here. They're down south, or like they used to be. It's just there's not as much heart. Scrubs, yeah. Excited, they're a bunch of older people. Say, "What's a scrub? You need to go scrub the floor, young man. Scrub your mouth out with soap. That's what we'll do." No, seriously, do it. No, just like seriously, I have a bar of soap, like. But seriously, it would be great. Job fairs, this and that, conventions. Get the schools involved. You could have a school program there. I mean, they do all kinds of things. The potential. It's like amazing.
There's already a hotel built into the mall.
Yeah,
it's like the town of Pick was
there's
only
a hotel built into the mall, and then there's another hotel across the street by the gas station.
It would be perfect.
And then there's a like, what is it? It's like basically another hotel.
Dude,
it's like a.
Which one are you talking about?
More like on the other side of
It'd be. It wouldn't be as
like
big.
You're facing. Oh yeah, you're facing the mall.
That's more of a motel.
Yeah, there's like a hotel here next to Cracker Barrel. There you go. There's also that, and then like there's a whole bunch of restaurants down that way. Walmart.
And the thing is, like, it's not a 2-story mall, and it's not as big, but it's still big enough. Like, if the weather was nice, when you would have a con, maybe in the summer, you could have a grill out. You could have a beach theme, like a beach anime kind of theme, and you could have a lot of stuff.
There's also restaurants around the
Wings and
mall
Rings, McDonald's, Cracker Barrel,
Bob
Evans,
They got the movie theater.
Everything
and the movie
right there.
You drive literally around the corner. The movie theater.
Literally everyth's right there.
It's literally
perfect for a convention center.
And I know they'll have cars in there, so you could have like a whole bunch of car shows in there, like huge, like big auctions. You could have auctions in there. The main room, like the lobby where like the arcade used to be. Yeah, don't even get me going. I know. I missed that arcade so much. Spent so much money there.
That was pretty much the start of the end. Because like arcade left, then the movie theater moved out.
Yeah, the movie theater was in there.
Still, and that's there. It's
just out
back. Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
And
but
ever since.
There's so much potential with that. I mean, that'd be amazing. But bringing a con like that. How do you think these big cities attract? You have diverse cultures, you have all this, and all these ethnicities come together, but it's all these different things that bring people together. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you do. You just get away for a nice weekend. If smaller towns, I guess it's the one, But if it's only a weekend, raise money for the community, certain things, whether it's like donations like cancer foundations or this and that, but you could do it back to the city and make things and then make this an event. But it's like, it's on I-75, real huge interstate right there. It's like the towns over have something or something else, but then it's like Captain Underpants originated from us. Like, it's based on us, but like, that's it. That's all you got. Nobody else. What's a Pequot? And even people like 30 minutes away, they're just...
How do you even spell that?
Yeah, how do you spell it?
What's a Pequot? What's a Pequot?
Pequawillinie.
That's more accurate.
But yeah. But anyway, it was a great trip. Go again. I'm going next year for the third time. Hopefully play Overwatch. And another trip that we're doing is Colossal Con, which is a new one. So Sandusky, and that's where they partly shot Tommy Boy, if I believe so, right? It's just the whole, I'm pretty sure some of it was in Sandusky, like, with all that, blah, blah, blah. This is a fun one. This is more a summer one, versus OhioCon's in the winter. Depends what type of season wants to come to Ohio or the Midwest, to be honest.
They're miserable either way,
Yeah, pretty much. So this one, we're heading up north to Sandusky, which is near Cedar Point, pretty much right on Cedar Point. So, Cedar Point, the amusement park
Cedar
and all
Point.
that. Cedar Point?
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. Yeah.
Marinara.
Sweet potato.
Yeah, sweet potato. There we go. Yeah, we'll start that sweet potato. Everybody else is in the audience like, how the hell did I get this far? I'm 25 minutes or so into this podcast. What? Right. This is going downhill. This is a one-time deal. Forget this. But yeah, so we'll probably go to amusement park. It's in the Kalahari, right?
Yep, calamari.
I'm glad you didn't say like calamari.
Calamari.
I was trying to really make sure I didn't say it. So there's a few of those. I know there's one in Pennsylvania. I don't know if they stretch. But anyways, water park like Great Wolf Lodge. They're having that in the convention center up there. Very nice. Good event. Like I said, summer theme. A lot of people do like their beach cosplay. So Boz is going to be playing Jane and just kind of roll up.
Oh, listen, I don't do cosplay.
But I'm cosplaying as Guy Fieri.
You better do the Viking warband cosplay for me.
The Viking.
I want that so bad. I want to roll in. Ideally, I would love to roll into OhioCon with like 20 people all dressed as Vikings and just come in and be like, I don't want to see a single booth with stuff still on it. Charge in there, start taking people's food. Like,
those are my fries, my potato, my sweet potato.
No, my sweet potato. They look up and you're just like, you want to go? And they're like,
it's just my marinara.
It's just a little packet of marinara sauce. Like
no, I would be pissed if somebody came in. That con food is expensive.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Jesus, I had Donatos.
See, that's why we go and we give them money to get some more food.
Oh, okay, I like.
We're not just coming in and stealing stuff.
Well, that's expensive.
Yeah, but then we're the ones that are paying,
I guess it works.
Paying for half-eaten food at that point.
Yeah,
It's an expensive prank.
the turnout's not great. I don't know where you saw this in your head.
I think it's funny. Like, honestly, you see like a bunch of people with shields and swords and axes dressed as Vikings charging in, just taking people's stuff. Like, and it's even funnier because like afterwards we just toss money at them. Like, take their stuff and like, here you go. And we take off, and they're like, "Oh."
I just find that amazing. Just like everybody's like doing their stuff, and we're just like, just run down a hallway. Actually, you make a fair point because let me tell you, when I did Michael Myers, I literally Danny. I don't think he's been in a video. Dan the Film Freak. I don't know if I have
Frank.
Frank. It's
Dan the Film Freak.
Roast. No, it's Dan the Film. Damn. I can't do it.
Damn the film.
Matt, take it away. You say the...
Dan the Film Freak.
Thank you. I couldn't say it. Dan the Film Freak. There you go. Dan the Film Freak. He lost train of thought here. We said too much. Where was I at here?
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes.
You're Michael Myers cosplay.
Yeah, Michael Myers. Danny is light enough, or Dan the Film Freak. There you go. I said it again just to make sure. He's light enough that he's like 100 pounds. I weigh like 200, close to 300. Like, I just lift him over my shoulders. Everybody's like, like looking like I actually killed somebody. So imagine
he did a good job of pretending to be.
He did.
Dead too.
He went limp. Like seriously, it's ridiculous. He looked like a kid that almost drowned in a pool. And
Just you're like, get out of the way! I gotta get this guy to the hospital.
Wow, that kid's really good at doing the drowned kid move. Like
he's actually dead.
He's trying to.
You come up to Danny and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, you're gonna pretend to be a dead body. And he's like, okay. And you're just like, and he's dead. Actually dead.
With my, I forgot my knife. I literally on Halloween when I just forgot my knife, so I didn't even have anything. I just went, eep. I poked him and he fell over. Mm-hmm. What am I gonna do? Poke somebody to death?
Yeah. Have you seen?
You know what? Yeah, that's fair.
You seen the one villain? That one like show or not show, but video series that these people are doing, where it's like a very ineffective killer or whatever, or something like that, and he comes up on this guy and he just like with a spoon over and over and over, and it's just like a whole thing, and it gets to the end of the video and the spoon breaks and the guy's like, I'm free, and the other dude opens up his coat and it's just lined with spoons, and he pulls another one out and starts hitting him again.
That's amazing. That's some weird stuff. And now I'm going to, like, really weird stuff. That's weird, but that's not as weird as Sean.
Oh my.
Now, I got to throw this out here because Sean, I don't want to throw him under the bus. Sean, as you all know, in the first podcast, I just like to mention, just in case if you don't know, this is your first TFG video. Sean is in the Shovel Knight series and the Gang Beast one. He's the one that's going with the toothpaste, making it fly, like the colors. Yeah, and what else?
I'm gonna throw him under the bus, and he's weird. He's weird.
I'm not. You know,
Sean's a great guy. He's just
he is.
Out there.
He's just an odd person.
You know, it's just like those people that say, "I'm not gonna do it," but then they go ahead and do it, and then they act like, "Well, I didn't do that."
It's like I like you, but everything said before that "but" doesn't matter. Like you don't like the person is what it is.
Rights came online. Wonderful Minnesota man. By the way, Minnesota weather. You talk about Ohio being weird. It snowed in northern Minnesota, and
They're
in
basically
May.
in Canada.
Yeah. It's mini Canada, but still though, it's ridiculous. Canada didn't get snow. That was the thing. Like, friends in Toronto literally got no snow, but then like northern Minnesota's just like, hey, what about snow? And just whoop.
I heard you like snow. No, I don't.
But so that's weird. So, anyways, you need to do this because you're going to tell this the best, Matt, about what at least one or two of the things that you recall that Sean has done in our D&D campaigns.
So one thing is there was this flower, this purple flower encased in like glass. It puts you to sleep, is what it does. And Sean's character walks up to it and tries to... He says specifically he wants to smell it through the glass. And he rolls a natural 20. So he smells it through the glass.
Because the one time...
And he passes out and he just like... That's the joke from that point on is like, how did you smell that through glass? Like, it's like
just got a strong nose. It's just
super
find anyway.
Thick.
But also, like, I just want to point. He rolled a 20, and normally Dan, the film freak, I had to say it again just to make sure I get it. He could roll, literally get a 1.
Yeah,
he
Danny's so
it's like
bad with
the clutch moment.
But
whoop,
it's his character though. I figured out it's not Danny. It's his character.
He's living
because
his
he
character.
rolled another character for a one-off we did, and rolled basically nothing but the natural 20s. He's just over here destroying everything, and I'm like, Danny, carry some of that over to your other character, please.
It's
like,
so bad. It's literally the only time that I remember him getting like an 18, 19, or like a natural 20 was just straight up when he was attacking Boz, when the mummy lord...
when he's a bad guy. That's what it is. It's not his character. It's when he's a bad guy. Because the one-off was an evil campaign.
He may claim to be like maybe a lawful neutral or something like that. He's chaotic.
He's like I'm a good guy, but I'm bad at being good. Really good at being bad.
Those people, the D&D, like that community will be like, whoa, they know what we're talking about. And then other people will be like, what the hell is D-N-D? Like trying to spell it out. Diners and Dives.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Guy Fieri.
Yes.
By the way, that is the coolest shirt.
And Dungeons and Dragons.
Have you seen that shirt? That is the coolest thing. I need to get that shirt. I don't know if it is a shirt, but I want to make it into a shirt.
I think you can find it on Rebel or something like that.
You can find it anywhere. You can find whatever. This is America.
This is America.
This is marinara. No. You can find it anywhere. But yeah, what's another one? You got to say this while you have the mic right next to you. As Matt's face explodes and.
I'm trying to think of a really good one.
I'll give you some time to think. I'll tell one story I have from the one little short session I played with Matt, Sean, and our one friend Nick. I forget what Sean's character was, but I believe he was a monk who was gender fluid of sorts.
Okay,
he does that a lot. He does that a lot.
Gender bigoted. Like, I don't care if you're an Apache attack helicopter.
My character looks in such a way that nobody knows at all what his gender is.
And it's just, I'm not even going to get in that whole discussion because that's another thing. We'll just be like, you can't say that on YouTube. I don't want to get taken down. I don't care if you're an Apache attack helicopter or what the hell you are. Just make up your mind and just choose that one. You know, if you want to identify as female, fine. But I'm just saying, just choose which one. Don't be wishy-washy or just like, I'm every single thing.
Right.
That's like being a dick. You walk into a restaurant. I'll have one of everything.
I want the whole menu.
But in a pizza, I want one of everything. They don't cost like 15 extra. I don't care. I want one of. Sir, it won't fit on the. I want one of everything.
I want it all.
But anyway, sorry. Go on.
So basically, that was just the whole thing. That
was
the whole hour or two we were playing. Is we were having a good time progressing along through the story, but every time I would leave it up for the party to do something. Sean would always do something off the wall.
Something like, I wanna find out how many rocks are in the ground right now. What does that bird that's 6 miles away look like? How many leaves are on this branch? Like,
and like, you know, it sounds terrible. Like anybody who's like, well, they must hate this guy. Why the hell is he in so many videos? No, he literally loves Sean. He is like very humble. He takes care of everybody. But damn, though, just he's out of nowhere. Weird.
It was like the dragon situation. No. The red dragon, or like he's like talking to the dragon, and he senses that it's not going quite the way he wants it to, right? And instead of being like, okay, well, we'll leave, because the dragon straight was like, look, give me money and leave, or die. Yeah. And Sean goes,
that's what you find in dating.
Sean's response isn't, okay, I'll give you some money and leave, or we'll fight you, or we'll just die.
Right.
His is, well, you're just a stupid-looking dragon with this and that and this. He starts insulting the dragon. I was like, what? No! What are you doing?
Hey, a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
He like immediately got blasted with fire. You guys ended up surviving because of some like tomfoolery. But like, what? Do you remember what his response was afterwards? It was something like nonchalant, like, yeah, whatever.
Well,
we almost died, but you know, that's just funny.
Like, you don't understand. Like, he could almost die, or literally, it would just be his head, and somehow he would find a way to live and just be like, it's not so bad,
right? At least on my head.
No, I was kind of happy with that whole situation because afterwards, because he kind of got mad because like he was looking forward to that fight, and I'm guffing us out of it.
That's what it was. His response was, "I'm so angry we didn't get to actually fight this adult red dragon with only 3 of us."
He'd probably murdered you with one dragon.
Keep in mind, I wasn't
2
there.
of them almost died.
I wasn't there, so they were down.
So I'm the DM, right? I cut the damage in half.
That stands for dungeon.
It's supposed to. The damage for the fire breath was supposed to be 18d6.
That's a lot.
I changed it to 9d6.
Literally cut in half. That's like.
And they still almost died. Like.
Well, I mean, you don't have to insult like how bad people are. Jeez. Like,
I'm pointing out how bad of a judge of how to do things Sean is.
It's just like I'm pointing out how You had to think like trying to
because I was hiding behind a pillar.
Yeah, like,
and he and Danny ratted me out. It's like there's a third. I'm like
that, and I will admit they did that by accident. But like you were hiding, you had a good spot, and then he was like, "So there's a third one," and then like he rolled like a natural 20 on his perception check, and he was like, "He's behind that pillar." Like whipped around the corner and like breathed fire on him. They both Boz and Sean almost died, and then Boz pulled out this MacGuffin that he had from like session 2, where he bought this like stone from like an ancient like god war that's designed to imprison things.
What?
Yeah, it's has this whole thing going on with it where it was like
Meanwhile,
calling
I am
to him
the
and he
most
bought it.
basic, plain, vanilla
But so he bought this stone, right? And he remembered it in that moment. Like up to that point, everybody had forgotten about the stone, and then he's just like, "I'm going to use the stone," and I freaked out. I was like, "Yes, please let this work." I had him do like an athletics check, and I rolled a dex save for the dragon. You rolled like what, an 18?
Yeah.
The dragon rolled a 2. Yeah. So it went straight down the dragon's throat and into the stone he went. That's how the fight ended. I was like, that is the most like.
So now you just have a dragon and a stone.
Well, see, this part about D&D.
That's gonna come back later. To bite them in the butt.
That's gonna bite them in the butt real bad.
Yeah.
I swear that's like the best things. Like you suck, and then all of a sudden you get on the final boss and just like 20 dead. It's like you couldn't do anything, but that's the moment.
Problem with being a DM is that things like that happen, and this perfectly crafted story that you've made falls apart in your hands. You're like
then you cry in the corner for like 20 seconds. Then you come back and
I spent 3 hours on this one character, and they just
This
died.
is supposed to be a 10-hour fight, and you guys ended it in a minute.
All right, well,
Ruined my
good session,
story.
everybody. Good.
Yeah.
They're just gone.
I mean, although your story didn't fall apart, we blew it the fuck up.
Yeah.
We just absolutely we saw the
Your
story
story didn't
and we're
fall
like,
apart. We just blew it.
No, we did. We absolutely blew it up.
It took off though, and it made it better.
It did.
Like-
It really did.
I like that.
Man, we
You
blew
didn't
it, though.
fail. We all fucking failed.
You didn't fail. We all did.
Yeah.
We're all
all
terrible.
lost.
But no, but seriously, going back, like Sean just like straight up though, weird, but an amazing guy. And here's something that I admire about him is that I swear the dude could easily take a punch or this or that, take hit or get hurt real bad, and then just bounce back. It's amazing. It's like he's a damn saint.
That dude is a brick wall, and he's so hard on himself.
I swear,
for no
like-
reason. Like
I swear
he's a
that-
brick wall in basically every sense of the word, and he's just like, I'm a terrible human.
By the
being.
way, if
I'm
he
like,
finds
no, you're
out-
not.
By the way, if he finds out about this first episode, he is going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like giving compliments. You know, he's the one. You know me. You know, I sit there. I'm like, oh, just Tubbykins looking in the mirror, like real disappointed. Hey, what'd you do today, fat boy? You know, and then like, you know, I appreciate a compliment every so often. Sean just nope.
Sean
You
never
say,
like
Sean, your hair's
never
looking great.
likes
Like you're such a great
compliments.
person. He's like, no, stop.
He's like, oh, I'm not. I'm the devil. I'm evil. I suck. I this and that. And I'm like, Sean, you are literally the nicest person I have ever met. I don't think I'll ever meet
You know how
anybody
somebody-
as nice as Sean.
You know, how somebody says like, you're the spawn of Satan. He is literally the farthest away from being the spawn of Satan.
Right?
I know.
He's like I'd say he's close to being like Jesus status. like he's a fucking angel.
That's why he's wearing sandals all the time.
All the time.
Oh
my God.
And shorts. All the time.
And keep in mind, in Ohio, though there may have been times where it's like, it's just dangerous. Ohio can get down to the negatives, not as cold as other places, but it's just deadly. It's bad. We can get all the way up to like 100, perfectly acceptable. You know,
See,
even in your underwear at that point.
It's
but like,
his warm heart that keeps him alive. In
exactly. That's
he's such a nice guy that he just radiates heat that keeps him alive.
Remember, to all you TFG fans, have a warm heart, and it will melt the world away. Take that as you may.
If you have a warm heart, you can survive frostbite.
You know, two things is either like in a month, you know, or something. Whenever this video comes out, literally all of a sudden, you'll get two reports that you caused my kid to die of frostbite. Or just all of a sudden, little Timmy's just like, I knew it all along. Yes, didn't understand that shit. And then 10 years later, just whoosh, everything's on fire. He's like, I'm melting the world.
He becomes a villain. He's just like, you all burn.
But not like that cheap villain. No, like this guy is like ruthless.
Like he's straight burning babies. Like that's what it is.
You know what they say? Like,
that escalated quickly.
People are so
Straight
happy.
evil.
People are so happy they'll throw babies. Like,
Yeah,
as
they're
like, but they're on
like, you
fire.
make me so happy. Here's my baby, and the baby's like,
It's like a cocktail. It's just like
dust.
Like, that is quite a bit.
Boz's face is the best thing right now.
He doesn't know how to read. He's just here. I feel like also Devin's here. Devin, you got any other things to add here at all? Just kind of floating around. I'm talking.
I don't really have.
It's a nice Pokemon shirt there.
Oh, thank you.
Ain't got anything. Devin's simple guy. Simple stuff. You get stuff done. Point A, point B.
Yeah.
Pokemon nerd over here though. Now, don't mind me. I'm gonna catch this Bulbasaur over here.
Just like just trip over all the wires and everything.
It all ends there.
But
Not even an hour.
The floor is like concrete.
Yeah, that would work.
Like secure
Definitely
location.
break my glasses.
I'll tell you what, if a tornado happened, hey, we'd be okay, baby.
I don't know. There's a window over there.
Yep, we're gonna
In a window right
but yeah, no, dude, you're very point A, point B. Don't complain much, but you gotta respect a guy like that. We have quite the contrast. You get Devin, and then you have Sean. Like that should be our meters. Devin to Sean.
Devin the Sean.
Right.
Like Devin's more mild and Sean's like wild. Like mild meter. We'll just like that's our wild version. Our wild sauce is Sean. Like, mild sauce is Devin.
I feel like Sean's beyond wild sauce.
He fell off the meter.
Behind.
Like he was there and he's just like, I wonder what happens if I go out of the meter, and then jumps out of the meter.
What happens if I go out of the meter, grab it, smash it on the ground, pee on it, and then run away?
But
grab
that's just
fire and then throw fire on it. Like,
and then count how many glass pieces are left.
Right? I really wonder, Matt. I really wonder your thought process sometimes. Like, smash it, pee on it. But then again, I wonder Sean's thought process more than
his
anything.
is extreme.
It really
Some
is.
is on the next level.
Yeah.
Some mysteries.
Then the level above that.
The reason his is on a next level is because you can't tell if he's like actually like joking or if he actually genuinely believes some of the stuff that he's saying. Whereas like for me, I'm like half the time when I'm going extreme like that, it's on purpose because I'm just being goofy. But like his is like all the fucking time, so you can't tell. I know what you're doing here. You're just like, I heard it.
You did hear nothing.
I heard it. I did hear it.
You're over here like.
Yeah, I got the most.
It both stared at me. I
guarantee the mic didn't pick it up, but everybody knows.
Do we need to say what I did? Because I'm pretty sure everybody in the audience, anybody viewing this, knows what I did. I looked at Boz, and Boz, once again with his amazing facial expression, just stares me down. And then Devin kind of looks up, like over here. Devin's given up. He's playing Pokemon.
The whole time I'm just over here talking, and then I look up, and everybody's just like freaking out about, what
yeah,
happened.
you're just talking.
I'm just like, okay.
No, it's great. We let you go. We had your own segment. Matt's time.
You see, you can't do that though. You can't do that because as soon as I start, I don't know how to stop. So then it's like
12 o'clock midnight.
No, it's not that I keep going. It's that I'll finish my subject and then I'll just sit there. And then nobody else will say anything. And I'm like, dude, like, you're just expecting me to keep going. I don't have anything else to say. I'm done.
That's like awkward. That's like also meeting people. See, that's the best part about, like, revolving around here. We're going, whoop, right in the circle. To, like, the cons and stuff. Like, you meet people, but then you also, like, I get it. I am a bit of an extrovert, but I'm a mix, though. But, like, the awkwardness of meeting somebody, but then you get some people at those cons that are so introverted, it makes me look like I don't even know what it makes me look like. I'm just like, and it's just you say hi and they're just like, they're making fun of those people. I feel bad.
I came to a convention full of people to interact with people, but don't speak to me.
I feel bad, and it's like me. I just say hi. I didn't talk to anybody. You know, I'll even talk to a rock, I guess. You know. And then Sean will count how many rocks are nearby.
My thing as an introvert is if you're going to a convention, don't go without being charged up. Get your charge time in.
Make sure your phone is charged. It's ridiculous.
If you want to go with that, like,
thank you, Devin.
then sure.
The one laugh across in the audience.
See, how being an introvert works is you need your alone time, your charge time, for you to charge up your social battery. And,
dude, I love this. You're right. It's just
what it is.
just the terminology is amazing that you're using.
The problem is there's a lot of people that go to these conventions and they don't take their alone time
and they just
before
burn
going to the
themselves
conventions.
out. And just,
Yeah, they go do a lot of stuff with friends before the convention.
They try
wasting their like social battery, and then they go to the convention and they get dropped below 0 on their battery, and then they're just like, "Don't speak to me," and it causes problems. If you're going to go to a convention and you're an introvert, don't be active before going to the convention.
Or cosplay like me as Michael Myers, where you don't talk at all.
Right.
You know, and do a cosplay. Yeah. Could you imagine somebody who's just doing Michael Myers? Like, hi, Michael. It's just like it's just my
no.
I feel bad for those, but it's just like it's okay.
It's like, but the thing is, like I said, don't go in half charged or something like that. Go in with a full battery by spending time by yourself before going in. Then you'll be craving social interaction, and that way when you get there, you're speaking to people, you're making new friends,
right?
Instead of sitting in just your group in a corner or something like that.
Yeah, like us, we're
so
just
many
sitting at a
people
table doing a podcast
are just,
right now.
they'll go to a convention and they'll be an introvert, go to a convention with their battery like half charged or near empty, and then it'll just drop below that. And a lot of times there's people that just sit in their hotel room because of that. They just stay in the hotel room while their friends go to the convention for some reason.
Bad.
And I'm like, what did you come for then?
That's just a lot of
right. Like,
it's hard for people. You got to give them credit, but I think they go overboard sometimes, and then they just take it small steps. There's no reason like I need to start being social, so I got to jump out there. No, take it small. Like I remember, like a big example.
There's also a thing of not overcharging your battery. Don't overcharge it. Don't spend too much time alone. Spend enough time with friends that you're like not overcharged, because that's gonna drop you below 0 quickly too. But also spend enough time alone that you have enough in your battery to go to the convention and enjoy yourself.
I agree. I think really that's it's about a good way to end really this segment. That was great. I will say, Matt, thank you for being here. Boz, thank you for being here.
My battery's at 0.
Yeah, Boz. Yeah. That's why I'm in it. I looked over and it's just like a giant E or like 0. Boz like fell over. He's on the floor right now. And then Devin, thank you for coming. It's been great having you back in town and seeing you, and hopefully,
a good time.
Yeah. So let us know down in the comments if you can, or send it, to my email or the channel, thetruefamilygaming@yahoo.com if you want, or check us. I'm working on some social medias and different things. If you're interested, like I said, in the Pirate Cove, we maybe get you set up with the server, different things, and tell you about our Overwatch experience. But other than that, just don't forget to subscribe and let us know how you guys are doing, and we'll see you in the next video.